This is the Predator X28 monitor. It's Acer's highest end monitor, and this review took us a long time because there are a lot of cutting edge technologies built in, and I presume that is the Acer's new flagship gaming monitor because this monitor is also made for high octane esports players as well. And since it has NVIDIA G-Sync and NVIDIA Reflex technologies built in alongside a high resolution and high refresh rate, this monitor is surely something interesting. There are a lot of things to go through, so let's break it down one by one and go through all of them in today's video. So we'll move the obvious things out of the way first. The Predator X28 comes with a tripod stand in the box, and this monitor stand allows us with all sorts of adjustments including height, tilt, pivot, and even rotation too. The last point is interesting since I can only think of rhythm gamers using such a monitor in portrait mode. Of course, this monitor also comes with a standard 100x100mm VESA mount too. For the specs of this monitor, this is where things start to get a little bit spicy. You see, this high-end monitor is actually a 4K monitor with 120Hz refresh rate, but we can also overclock it to 152Hz. However, I'm not sure what's happening because for our unit here and this PC, we cannot get it to run at 152Hz. The NVIDIA control panel doesn't save the custom resolution even though validates that resolution to be working properly at that refresh rate, and Windows doesn't even give us the option to use it at 152Hz. I tried rebooting, changing the DisplayPort cable, and even using NVIDIA's control panel to add custom resolution, but it just refuses to save and I gave up. Still, I did a color accuracy test using our colorimeter and tested at sRGB mode. At 100 nits of brightness, the monitor can go up to about 94.01% of sRGB color gamut, which is actually good considering the delta E number is supremely low. And this monitor also comes with this color calibration test report, and I don't know how to read this, so if you have any idea how to read this, there you go. Mind you, this is an IPS LCD screen and Acer boasts a supremely low G2G response time of just 0.2 milliseconds, but the footnote says that this is achieved via LCD overdrive function. Of course, this monitor also comes with NVIDIA Reflex, which is something that I don't want to talk about in today's video because there are a lot of technicalities involved. We'll talk about it in another video, so have a watch at the top right corner there. One thing that I really like about this monitor is the ports available. I absolutely love the availability of two USB Type-A ports, which are 3.0, at this side here for easier and more convenient devices to be plugged in and out. And unfortunately, this monitor doesn't have HDMI 2.1, so your PS5 or Xbox Series X or S will not be using 4K 120Hz when you plug it into this monitor, which is a big bummer. Now let's talk about the OSD menu. We do have a lot more features here, and two of these features involves the sensors that are found within this middle part of this monitor. That is because there's an ambient light sensor inside which detects the brightness of the surroundings and also the color temperature. Then it will adjust the screen's color temperature and also brightness accordingly. However, this feature is rather annoying because it randomly changes the color temperature of the screen even when nothing is changed in its surrounding. Then I also disabled the automatic brightness adjustment also because it also has similar issues with the color temperature feature. So it randomly brightens and dims even though I'm just scrolling through a web page. So yeah, they're annoying, I turn them off. Then there is yet one more feature which is called the Proxy Sense, which is essentially a proximity sensor located there, and it detects if there's any person in front of the monitor so that it can turn off the screen accordingly as well. However, there are two issues I realized with the Proxy Sense feature. Number one is that this Proxy Sense only lets us change between three different ranges, which is called range 1, range 2 or range 3. And I have no idea what all this means, so I usually just set it to range 2 because I don't know what range 1 and 3 is. Is range 1 the shortest or the longest? I don't know. But then Mr. John played a game using a controller while sitting a bit further from the monitor, and the monitor randomly just turned itself off because I guess he was out of range from the proximity sensor, and the proximity sensor needs to detect some movement to reset the timer. Oh, by the way, Acer also states that this monitor uses something called the Predator Game View utility, but I cannot find this anywhere, not even on Acer's website. And all that I can find on this monitor support page is the Acer Display Widget utility. That utility outright just states that it doesn't support the Predator X28, so I can't do anything with all things offered from Acer as of now. And I guess that's pretty much it about this monitor. I can't really judge this monitor based on its price tag of $3,599 because it includes a lot of different technologies into it. We also have Acer's Vision Care technologies with that sensor in the middle, G-Sync, and also NVIDIA Reflex, and it also has 4K resolution with overclockable refresh rate of 152Hz. It is a monitor aimed towards esports, but it somehow caters the mass market as well. It ultimately kind of feels unfinished, so perhaps the firmware update can address most of the issues that we've encountered with our experience with this monitor. So that's it. That's all we have to share with you about the Predator X28. So yeah, we'll see you guys in the next video.